Good morning, everybody. How are you? I was just making sure that when we get onto Facebook, instantly the meeting starts. Today is Thursday, Prosperity for Your Soul, and I am extremely excited because, well, for starters, I can now stream on my Facebook page again, but that's in inverted commas. But yes, we can stream on the page. But secondly, the fact that Doc Nelly today has a very special guest, so I don't want to even waste a minute talking. So literally 7:30 on the dot. If you're ready, Doc Nelly, give me a signal by switching on your camera or whatever it is, so that I can immediately hand this meeting over to you, and then you can proceed with the rest of the program for today. But to those of you joining us, thank you for being part of our call. We are always meeting here Monday to Friday, 7:30 to about 8-ish. And we foster an environment of progress, success, and just taking people to the next level when it comes to their success and their growth. And we do this very consistently, month after month, year after year, day after day. I see a number of you have got your microphones on. Please switch them off or put them on mute. Thank you. So like I was saying, we foster this thing on a day-by-day basis. We've been running with this for the last almost going 2 years. I'm very, very proud of what we've achieved so far in terms of really making this grow. So it always gives us pleasure. Every Monday, there's myself. On Tuesday, we have Aunt Sylvia with the Mindset Change Program. On Wednesday, we have Anne Bachaita. On Thursday, we have Dr. Nelly with Prosperity for Your Soul. And on Friday, as always, we showcase our business opportunities. So we do these 5 every single day without fail. The only times we're off is when we are on holiday. So when there's a holiday of some sort, then that's when we are off. Otherwise, we're on every single day. So Dr. Nelly, if you're ready, let me know. So, oh, great. Okay, so at this point, without further ado, let me hand over to Dr. Nelly so that she can pick it up and run with us. We are streaming live on Facebook on my page, so you can also share that page in case this platform gets full, because definitely I know it will. Over to you, Doc.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What an amazing, amazing Thursday. It is cool and amazing where I am. It's just so nice. The weather is the British weather, which I love. And so today is Thursday. Yeah. Prosperity for your soul. Prosperity for your soul. We attack it from different angles. And today I've got an amazing speaker. Is going to come in a very, very different attire or different cape today to just challenge us to our greatness. And so without wasting much of the time, I would love you to go to the chart and put your hands together, or just put up an emoji that is describing how you are feeling this morning as I invite my guest, our guest, Dr. Akanimo Odon. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today, and I think thanks for the opportunity to speak to folks today. When they told me about speaking this morning and to challenge your hearts, challenge your soul, and the theme of prosperity for your soul, it got me thinking about the name of the word prosperity, and also got me thinking about the terminology or the use of the word it's called soul. What I want to do this morning is kind of paint you a picture in the next 25 minutes or so in respect to what is the purpose for prosperity. So purpose for prosperity. So ultimately, when God made everybody, you've been designed for prosperity. So when the Bible says, be fruitful and multiply, inherently within that description is an opportunity for prosperity. When you are being fruitful and you're multiplying and having dominion, that means you are prospering. If you are not having those dimensions in your life, then there's an element of if you like, a stunted growth. That is an anti-prosperity dimension. And so inherently, every creation has been created to prosper. is a reason for the creation. And so fundamentally, you can actually carefully align or compare prosperity is the purpose of a creation. So when you are prospering, it means you are fulfilling your purpose. It means you are fulfilling the reason for your creation. That's your creation. You are not created to suffer, because when you are fruitful and you're multiplying and you're having dominion, then you are prospering. That's a fundamental premise I want to set first. Now, secondly, when you hear the word purpose, and I think I spoke about this not long ago, and I think I want to maybe focus a bit more on it, because by design, to prosper means that you are exhibiting the dimensions for which you were created. So maybe a good way to understand it is this. I checked the meaning of the word purpose. And this is crucial, because many times you meet people and they almost make it sound like you get born in this world, then you move around and move around. Then at some point in your life, then somebody has to now show you, oh, by the way, that is your purpose. And what that does is it has a tendency of making people depend on others to figure out their purpose. Follow me. So that's fine. Some people have the gift of returning you back to your purpose. But my point is this: it is in everybody that's growing up. At some point, you know your purpose, if you know what purpose means. Okay? As a matter of fact, many people already know their purpose, but they are still waiting for some exotic, if you like, an innovative thing, like an explosion in the space to say, oh yes, I found my purpose. No. It's a lot simpler than that you make it look. And I'll explain. Purpose is defined as the reason. Follow me. Purpose is the reason for which something is done. It is the reason for which something is created in the first place. In fact, the definition says purpose is the reason why something exists. I'll come again. Purpose is the reason. Are you follow me? Purpose is the reason why something is created or made. Purpose is the reason why something exists. Maybe a simple way to understand it is this. If I said that the purpose of this meeting, okay, is to appoint a new trustee. If you think about it, it means that the purpose is clear before the meeting. Hello? That's why you develop like an agenda for a meeting. And you say, from this time to this time, you do this. Okay? So watch me. The purpose of the meeting is to appoint a trustee. So there's an agenda. But within that agenda, you now have different activities. Follow me. Those activities might begin with an introduction. The introduction alone is not the purpose, even though it's the first item on the agenda. Follow me. Then maybe after introduction, they now have the chairman gives a talk. Then, the reading of the minutes of the last meeting. Now, all these activities, are you follow me, is not the purpose of the meeting, but they are components within the grand scheme to make the purpose realizable. Are you following me? So purpose is clear, but many times it is the dimensions that articulate to make the purpose visible that people mix up. So once your purpose is clear, follow me, the dimensions, the activities that warrants the purpose to come alive now begins to align. But my principal point is here. Your purpose precedes you. You write an agenda for the meeting before the meeting. Maybe I'll put it a different way. I like using cars as an example because it's an easier way to understand it. Now, the only reason you are able or will be able to be fruitful and multiply and have dominion, it is only when you are operating in the purpose, the original reason you were created. Follow me. Now, a car is not made. Then after you've made the car, you now maybe wake up one morning and you go, okay, car, now I have made you. From today, your job and your purpose is to take people from point A to point B. That's not how it works, but that's how people interpret purpose. It's as if you already been created as a car. Then you have to wake up one morning and then go, I'm finding my purpose. Can you imagine a car driving around the street aimlessly, looking for its purpose? The fact that it is driving around the street, hey, it doesn't even realize that in the act of driving, it's already fulfilling its purpose, yet it is looking for its purpose. Most of you are in your purpose, but because you haven't understood it as your purpose, is the reason why you have not actually expanded or increased it. Is the reason why you haven't focused on it. Is the reason why you haven't understood it clearly enough to invest time and resources to expand the purpose. So purpose precedes you. So instead, what happens is this. Purpose is created. Follow me? Purpose is made. I want to appoint a trustee at this meeting. That is purpose. And then the meeting is constituted. I want a material or a substance that can move people from one point to the other. That's purpose. And then because of purpose, a car is created. So purpose comes before you. Purpose precedes you. Now follow me. Now, purpose can be clear, but sometimes the trouble is that you can jump into another purpose and forget your own purpose. And for a time being, you are doing the right job, or you seem, follow me, you seem to be fruitful and multiplying because it's feeling good. But unless it is your purpose, that would last for only a short time. So I'll give an example. So a car is created for transportation, but you do know that a car can be used for accommodation. Hello. So you can find out that an individual who is maybe poor, lives on the street, and maybe in the night is feeling very cold and he sees a car parked down the road. Are you following me? The person can open the car systematically and crash, sleep in the car to prevent them from cold. Are you following me? But the car is stationary at the point this is happening. So follow me. At that point in time, the car has another purpose. It's serving the purpose of accommodation for a poor man. Hello. Now, the car might think, well, my goodness, accommodation feels nice. As a matter of fact, oh, it feels great to accommodate people. Oh, and the person can sleep in the car. But listen, friends, unless the car is moving, which is the original purpose. Have you ever seen a parked car in a location, stationary and not moving? No engine is coming on. Friends, it doesn't matter how many people the car accommodates. Hear me and hear me well. It doesn't matter how many people the car accommodates. Because it is not moving, what begins to happen? Then the tire pressure. You know, for me, I always wonder, I've parked my car in the drive at home, but I have another car. So I've forgotten this very car and I'm driving only one. I come back from work one morning and I look at the tire and the tire pressure has been affected. I'm wondering, but how can tire pressure be affected when I'm not even using the car? The reason is because the car is not functioning in its original purpose. It's supposed to be moving. Are you following me? All of a sudden, there's something wrong with the rust. Then rust, don't forget, cars are made of metal. Because it is stationary, you now leave opportunity for cobwebs to attack in the car. Hey, have you seen a car who is constantly in motion and filled with cobwebs? It's impossible. So even though the car is at the time occupying and fulfilling a purpose, but it is not the purpose for which it was created. And so, friends, trust me, if you are not living in purpose, there is a fundamental mistake. And as it progresses, it will become evident. Now, hear me clearly. What is your purpose? People keep asking, so, Doc, how do I find out my purpose? I tell people this. I say, listen, you cannot separate purpose and personality. Do you wonder why some people are quiet, some people are not quiet? Some people are fast talkers, some people are slow. And if you want to make somebody who talk fast to talk slow, there is something wrong with that dimension. What do I mean? Now, there are different kinds of cars. Okay, there are cars that drive normally on the street, so they move from point A to point B. Are you following me? So you buy this nice car and you're driving from maybe supermarket to school, you park it in the house and so on. How many of us have heard of Formula One? Formula One. So that's this fast speed car competition. That's Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, good. If you find out, okay, even though it's a car, so you might find two cars, okay? Even though the Formula One car is a car, follow me, and the car has been designed still for transportation, but the Formula One cars, follow me, this is very important because once you understand this, then you begin, stop jumping up and down looking for purpose because your purpose is in you. Your makeup has been designed to fulfill the purpose. So let me go with Formula One. A Formula One car is still a car, like any other car. But a Formula One car, in fact, has been designed for transportation from point A to point B. All cars by design are. But guess what, friends? A Formula One car has not been designed for you to drive the car to go and pick up your child and drop her in the supermarket. That is not the reason for. So even though it's for transportation, there are also levels of transportation that impacts on the design of the car. Follow me. So you might say, well, after all, that Formula One car is been designed, if you like, designed to transport from point A to point B. So maybe I can park it in my house and drive it to go and buy biscuits. Hey, how dare you? How dare you use a Formula One car to go and shop? Are you crazy? A Formula One car has been designed for fast speed from one point to the other at incredible speed and to thrill people and to make money just by the act of driving. Hello, hear me well. And so, even though it's for transportation, there's a level of transportation that has to do with its speed, its capacity to move fast, its capacity for maneuvering. And because the purpose is different for this particular car, even though it's still for transportation, it affects its personality. So you cannot separate purpose and personality. Friends, if you wake up in the morning and you cannot help smiling, when people are angry, you are smiling. The reason is because there is something about your capacity to smile easily with your purpose. Hey, hear me well. If you ask people, automobile specialists, what do you think makes a Formula One car drive fast, which is its purpose? It's because there's something about its streamlining as a car. Are you following me? Because the faster you go, the more the air resistance. So for a car in the street or in town, it doesn't have to go that fast. It just needs to go fast because it's within town. So it's not worried so much about air resistance. But a Formula One car needs to be going at top speed. So it is important that it is streamlined in a particular shape to reduce air resistance. So when a Formula One car wakes up in the morning and goes, my goodness, why am I streamlined? And each time I'm thinking about I'm moving, I feel that air runs over me. I can't explain. It is because that personality, that design pattern is important for its purpose. If you look at this, a Formula One car have got incredibly light metal. The weight of their metal is not the same as the weight of a car in the town. Because the lighter it is, the faster it goes. So even the weight of the type of metal is important to achieve its purpose of fast speed. So this is why I see people and they wonder, oh my goodness, this person is quiet. Brother, that quietness is important for its purpose, especially if you cannot design it, if you cannot change it. So your makeup, friends, that's why, that is what makes God a supersonic designer. It's because even your personality, look at me, I'm talking to you. Can you imagine the way I'm flowing this morning? You are feeling me, right? Can you imagine now giving me a purpose that makes me stay in the back of the room, in a back office somewhere? Are you crazy? That is what they call distortion of design. Somebody who speaks like this, and you are feeling it. You now say, well, maybe your purpose has to do with counting figures. Are you crazy? There is something fundamentally flawed in that connection. So your personality has been created to fulfill your objective, your purpose. And so when you understand that dimension, he makes it easy for you, friends, to understand when you are working in purpose. It has to come easy to you. What is your purpose? If you want to be fruitful and to multiply, you need to understand that there is a massive connection between your personality and your purpose. That is intentional design. Are you following me? Now hear me well. You might have a purpose. Maybe I'll use a lion as an example so you can get this right. You know, most of you have heard me use a lion, and I'll say, a lion, if I ask everyone in the room, if I say lion, what are the key things that comes to your mind? How do you describe a lion? Some people will say, oh, by the way, maybe a lion is bold. Yeah, the king. A lion is a royalty. These are the kind of words you use to describe a lion. Roaring, that's the word. Thank you, Thompson. Roaring, king, ruler, grace. And then I now surprise you by telling you, friends, that with all these nice words you describe a lion by, fierce, kingship, royalty, bold, wild, king of the jungle, then it shocks you when I say that a lion fundamentally is one of the laziest animals in the animal kingdom. And you're wondering why, but that's true. Go on Google. The average male lion sleeps and snoozes for 18 to 20 hours a day. Not a week, a day. So let me ask you, friend, if I told you to describe for me in words, if a man sleeps for 20 hours a day, what would you say? Which words will you describe that man as? Let me hear what you're thinking. I want to make a point as I wrap up. You will say, oh, poverty, slothful, shameful, lazy, nonsense. Hey, to fiapa. Hey, that's the kind of, that's the what you describe this man as. But guess what, friends? And I tell people this, a lion sleeping for 20 hours a day, friends, guess what? This might surprise you, but it's true. It's actually part of his design. Hey! Because when he wakes up from that sleep, the 4 hours a lion is active, friends, it is so amazing at his job in those 4 hours that it makes you forget his 20 hours of sleep. Are you following me? it makes you forget is 20 hours of sleep. That's why you can never even describe it as a lazy animal, because of those 4 hours of supersonic activity. Guess what? Do you think it's easy to sleep for 20 hours a day, every day? You go and try it. You think it's easy? You as a human being, try it. So for a lion to be able to sleep for 20 hours a day, every day, 20 hours sleep, is because it is easy for it to sleep 20 hours. So when he wakes up from his sleep, those 4 hours are in trouble. So you might call a lion lazy, but no, it's part of his design. Because if you think it's easy, you go and sleep 20 hours. No matter how lazy you are, the chances are you will have dangerous headache. You will be useless. You sleep for 20 hours a day for 2 days straight and see if you can do any work. But a lion sleeps that long, and within a space of 5 seconds, and it begins to run. You can't even say, what happened? Wasn't this animal sleeping for the last 20 hours? No, the sleeping is important for its promotion. It's his personality. A lion cannot help itself. So stop comparing yourself with others and saying that brother is this, that sister is this. Focus on your own personality and focus on your own design, because you have been created for the purpose to be fruitful and to multiply. And unless you begin to function in your purpose, understand what comes easy to you, understand what you are good at, understand what you cannot control, that is the only time you are able to move to the next level, to be fruitful and to multiply. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, go.
Okay. Wow, Doc. Thank you so much. Doc, you always provoke all of us. I always thank Dr. Nelly for having connected to you, and through her, we got to know what you teach through the SEPS program, where you really break it down in such a powerful way. And I think to everybody that's watching this, the provocation is in your face. There's a saying that I love so much, which says, where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. And I really like the way Dr. Akan breaks down that aspect of abusing purpose. Where a car can be slept in. Yeah, you can sleep in the car. You can use the car as a bedroom, as my Nigerian friends would say. But is that the purpose for which that car was designed? Of course not. And so it won't take long before that abuse of purpose will begin to manifest in the degeneration and deterioration of the object. Very well put, Doc. And in closing, I don't know, Dr. Nelly, if there are any other programs you're running, maybe you can mention them real quick, and then we call it a morning. But Doc, we are so grateful for your input this morning. This is going to be treasured. We'll share this left, right, and center. Dr. Nelly, in case of any announcements you need to make.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Akan. I think I cannot even, I can't even make any comment over what has been spoken. I can dilute. Just to let you know, if you've got relatives on the Copper Belt, Dr. Akan is on the Copper Belt on Saturday, breakfast, and the afternoon couple seminar, and Sunday, Bread of Life. That's all I can tell you. Do everything possible to be part of what is happening. Tell your relatives in Ndola, Kitwe, all roads lead to Chingola. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.